Hey there, morning, actually almost afternoon, I guess, because it is like 11 o'clock here in Texas. I am back from the first Austin Tantra Festival from this weekend after teaching an amazing workshop down there yesterday with probably like, I don't know, 50, 60 people in the room. I did not do a head count, so I don't really know how many people were in my class. I know that the class was filled to the brim, and I was teaching on the quantum field tantra, where I do like my little magic show, and I show how you move orgasmic energy through the body and do this whole live demonstration with a model, just providing a beautiful orgasmic state of energy moving through. So everybody got to watch the model have this amazing orgasm without any physical stimulation. So if you want to learn about that, that's all on my website. You can message me about it. It's a little match show. That's not what this topic is about today. It's out of yoga and a smoothie and breakfast and just some grounding chit chat with Addison Bell. But I was sitting here and I'm just thinking, like, what I need to talk about, like, some of this process. I'm going to process with you guys today. I'm going to process with you about the last couple of days of my world down at the Tantra Festival with 120, 50 people over the weekend, and you know, the pujas and the conversations and the deep dives and the shadow work and the light work and the connection and the consciousness, the deep consciousness that everybody was moving toward. And I was thinking about, like, you know, truly to step into our love, to step into our light, our joy, our bliss, our power, to have these things and really lean into them. What does that require? Now, this weekend was definitely a weekend that was filled with many people who wanted to move into that blissful state that Tantra talks about, that you know, that Joseph Campbell talks about, you know, following your bliss. And that's really truly what Tantra is about stepping into what feels good, following the bliss, moving into all that you can be by all of your life weaving together, and to see that even when something is not feeling as though it is in alignment, so it doesn't feel good, right? Because we instantaneously say, that doesn't feel good, so it must not be in alignment to me. That's just not feeling good. That's got to be something that I should not go toward, that I should not lean into, that I should not experience, that I should not become vulnerable to and really go into the depths of. So we want to experience, we believe that, you know, alignment means the consistent process of always feeling good, of only putting our attention toward the good, toward the light, toward the love. And the most loving thing to do is to hold this loving space, this container that doesn't carry with it any negative emotions. I witnessed so many people this weekend attempting to do just that, to the point that they closed themselves down to the true experience of their power, of their love, of bliss, of what the tantric practice really truly is. And all emotion is beautiful emotion. All emotion is perfect emotion. It's acceptable to have, and it is actually required to experience all aspects of our emotions, and to be able to become vulnerable in those emotions and to connect at that level, so that we can actually experience life, so that we can connect to other human beings, so that we can really truly feel our love, to really truly step into our love, to step into our light, to step into our bliss, to step into our power. We must be able to express, feel, and surrender. Surrender, that big, bad, scary word that nobody likes, but we all desire. We must be able to surrender into all levels of emotion. I think one of my biggest takeaways from the weekend, as I was driving home, you know, thinking about one of the biggest takeaways that I had was there was all this beauty, all this beautiful love and connection, but the haltering fact that the belief structure was that we must remain in this state of love, and that love only appears in a fashion of, you know, like, oh, it's okay. we're going to baby you. We're going to comfort you. We're going to, only pump you up, only speak kindness, only speak goodness, only, like that, instead of allowing the radical shift that must occur. We must jar ourselves, because the only way that we ever transform, the only way we ever expand and grow is to be jarred open. And sometimes those triggering jars must occur from outside sources, but we must let them in. And what do? We shut ourselves down. We, self-sabotage through armoring up. We also armor up to the experience of somebody else's potential negative, not safe feeling, uncomfortable expressions of emotion. And we go, wow, that's just like, that's too jarring for me. That's too, I feel like, that's dangerous. And so we shut down to that because it feels evil. It feels dark. It feels like we can't really, we don't understand how to hold the space for that. And my big witness there was that, that a lot of people just can't hold space for those going through negative expressions of themselves, which makes it completely unsafe for those who are trying to express the depth of emotion, to express it, because they're not safe to do it, because nobody knows how to hold it, or they're only being met with this almost as a feeling of pity or a low-grade sympathy, which is not love. Pity and sympathy is not love. They are states of ego. Compassion, empathy can be connective, can be coming from love. But remember that when we step into empathy, what we do is we bring ourselves into the matching energy that this other person is having. So we lower, if we are vibrating up here, when we go into empathy, we bring ourselves into that exact same emotion as that other person. So we could potentially lower our frequency, bring our vibration down, which is what? Going to magnetize lower vibrational things to us. Okay. That's why when you get around some people, shit just starts to happen. Your good luck changes to bad luck. You wonder, like, why am I full of anxiety? Why am I hitting every red light? Why am I getting these looks, these comments, all that stuff? And it's because we have brought ourselves down into this state of empathy and drawn on the energy of somebody else, okay, that is not vibrating at such a high level. Compassion, on the other hand, which is, I did witness this workshop where there was a circle of love, and I felt that some people in the circle were holding a compassionate, loving circle. So that means just this state of unconditional love and compassion. That is just a witnessing, and here's all compassion is. It is just a witnessing of somebody else, whatever that might be. There is no judgment. There is no condemnation. There's just, I'm just going to witness you. I'm just going to accept you, to see you, to allow you to be whoever you are in this moment, and to express whatever you need to in this moment. Because I understand that emotion, all stages of emotion, are perfect and divine and needed and required for us to maximize our life potential. So we can come at it from a state of compassion. We have to do this with ourselves too, right? To be compassionate enough to let ourselves experience whatever we might be experiencing, whatever that might be. Maybe we're experiencing rage. Maybe we're experiencing just this like heart opening, just, right? This is the beauty, the surrender, this just like beautiful depth of our hearts opening. Maybe we're experiencing just this like nasty, this is like in our stomach, just like gut wrenching, like I don't know what's going on, but I don't feel right. Or maybe our heart is cracking in a different way. Maybe it's not a state of bliss. Maybe it's a state of agony. Maybe it's pain. We hold all that in because we don't allow ourselves to have compassion for ourselves. But the most graceful thing that we can do, and the most is to have enough love to let ourselves surrender to those emotions. The most loving thing that we can do for another person is not to offer pity, to not offer sympathy, to not try to fix their problems or tell them that it's going to be okay. No, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to, like, no, and try to contain their emotion by telling them that it's okay because it's making us uncomfortable. That's not loving. And we don't probably think it through to that level, but that's what we're doing. We're going, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. It's because of our discomfort. When we are in that state of just not being comfortable with it, witnessing somebody else's energy, their emotion, we want to shut it down. So we want to patch the wounds and bandage it up and get them to just bring it. Shh, don't. Oh, no. We do this with our children, right? We're like, it's okay. It's okay. No, shh, it's okay, baby. It's okay. We're going to put a Band-Aid on it. It's okay. Let's, and we try to shut them down instead of going, no, yes, it is okay. It is okay to express whatever you're going through. It is okay to be angry. It is okay to be sad. It is okay to be in a rapture of love. It is okay to just be blah. It is okay, whatever that it is. If we want to experience our most expanded state of love, for all of you beautiful metaphysical people out there, people who talk light and love and all this stuff, if you want to expand your light, my old teachings of mine, an old teacher of mine always used to say to remember that for as big as your light grows, so shall your shadow, so shall your ego. That the ego we cannot ever destroy. It is there for a reason. It is there to guide us in different ways. It is there to allow it to be our teacher. Okay? That is the ego. That is the shadow self. It is there for teaching. Okay? But it will expand and grow with our light. Much like if you stand out in the sunshine and you're standing and the sunlight hits you, you can be just covered, just basking in sun, right? And just totally glowy and basking and just, oh yeah, feels so good. But if you turn and you look behind you, you will be casting a humongous shadow. You'll be casting a humongous shadow. The same is true for our state of being, of consciousness, of ego versus soul or ego versus heart. The more we expand this, the more we expand our soul being, so we also expand our shadow lands, our ego. So the ego grows with the light body, you could say, for metaphysical people out there. But what I keep witnessing in many different concepts, and I have like some very strong Christian clients who come in and go, no, it's not okay for me to be angry. It's not okay for me to experience this sadness. Anger, rage, that's evil, that's dark. Like I'm drawing in negative spirits. No, you're not. If you don't let that out, then the negativity that is already residing in you will eat away at you. It will destroy you. It will become your destroyer because you are not actually paying attention to it. You're not expelling it from your being. You're not letting it out. Holding it, containing it, trying to smother it, trying to chain it up, makes it a ravenous beast. And that ravenous beast will set itself free at the most inopportune times, okay? That's where we meet some really edgy, scary pieces of ourselves. We always go, why did I do that? Why did I blow up right there? Why did I get so mad about that? Why did that person react like that? Why? Because they have been constricting all this powerful emotion in their body and not surrendering to it, not accepting it, not bringing love, compassion to themselves in it. Okay? But when we allow ourselves to just feel it, to own it, I am mad, I am sad, I am this, I am that, and to really just clear it out of the body in a healthy, controlled fashion. When we don't do that, that's where we get the ravenous beast that takes over our lives, right? We start drinking too much, doing too much drugs, speeding down the road, very, short fuse with friends, with families, with our family, with our children, with, at work. We're on edge, we're anxiety ridden, we go into deep, dark depression. We're just not ourselves. We have this other like this Jekyll and Hyde thing going on. And we're always like, whoa, what's going on there, right? And it's because we have worked so hard to suppress what we're not comfortable with, what we feel is evil, what we feel is not okay, that we can't really lean into. Now, when we lean into it, when we allow ourselves the whole expression of being human, now we can come into a beautiful state of love, because we're doing the most loving thing that we can do for ourselves. And that is to accept and to honor, to show compassion for our emotions, for being human, and knowing that there is no such thing as an evil emotion. It just is. It just is. And it is our guidance system of if we are in alignment to our soul or if we are not. That is all it is. Do you get mad at your car for rearing to the right or to the left a little bit, or for using up gas, or needing new brake pads, or needing different things? No, we don't get mad about that. It's just like, that's just part of the process of we drive our car, and it tells us different things that it needs to keep running, to stay in alignment. When our car is not in alignment, it pulls drastically to one side or to the other, right? And that is all our emotions are doing. When we are not in alignment, we get pulled drastically into this emotion. And then we are not comfortable in it. And then we go, there's something, oh my gosh, that's evil. That's evil. We can't go there. I can't let that out. I can't, no. It's just saying, hey, you're not in alignment to your soul. You're not in alignment to your heart. So let's come back. Where did we fall out of alignment? Where did I start believing the fear? Where did I step back and start believing these bullshit lies? These old programs. Where did I buy into that stuff that I know isn't true? Where? And when we see that, then we can shift it. And we can come back in and we can go, yeah, all right, yes, I am feeling this. Yes. But that's okay. It's okay. And I'm not looking for sympathy, and I'm not looking for pity. I actually want somebody, to help me see this darkness, to help me, to tell me that it's safe to experience it, to hold on to that space for me, with me, to witness. That is the witnessing power, right? It's not to be fixed. It is just to be seen and to be accepted. That is loving. If we want to experience our full state of bliss, joy, full state of power, love, light, whatever word you're wanting to use that feels oh so good, and that makes you spiritual, and that makes you a good Christian, and that makes you a good human being, and that's just, that's how I'm lovable, that's how I'm likable, that's how I show that I'm just this good person, that I'm doing my work, whatever that is, yada yada yada, all that good feeling stuff. If you really, really, truly give a shit and really mean that you want the growth and that you want that expansion and you want to feel the bliss, if you want to feel the bliss, you want that fuck yes life, then you have to realize that you have to be willing to have compassion for every emotion that is known to humankind, every emotion, every one of your emotions, and to not lean in and try to shut other people's emotions down or your own because it's uncomfortable, but to just go, I'm going to just hold space. I'm going to just come back to me. I'm going to just breathe. Right here, I'm going to breathe. I'm not going to try to fix my child, my friend, my lover. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just hold. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to say anything. I don't have to offer anything except for just holding energy, space, presence. Our presence is loving. Our presence is healing. I ask you today, number one, to ask yourself, do I really want the most expanded version of myself that is just yummy, juicy, loving, just calling in all the abundance and the bliss and the joy and the, oh yeah, I just want it all. That's what I want. I want that fuck yes. Now, if you answer yes, I want that fuck yes, whatever that fuck yes is for you, then I want you to say, am I willing to be loving enough to not try to fix or shut down somebody else's uncomfortable energy? Am I willing and compassionate and loving enough to self to step into those emotions for myself, to not hinder myself, to not hide from, to not armor up from, but to instead learn healthy processing ways to dispose of that, to clear it out, to clean my house and be able to tap further into a new level of myself? Can I surrender to me or to the witnessing of another's uncomfortable emotions without trying to sabotage it by shutting it down and hiding it and controlling it, to leaning into the fear? Because when we lean into that, that's what we're doing. That need to shut it down is us leaning into fear of it. If you really want that fuck yes, then that's what you got to do. You got to be able to just hold that space, become very, very present, and do the most loving, compassionate thing for self or another that you possibly can. And that is to witness the emotion, the uncomfortable levels, and to know that all emotion, no matter what it is perfect and required for us to have our greatest and best lives. On that note, you're going to see some pictures coming out of the festival. There was a photographer running around. I'm sure that they'll get pictures out in the next week or two, so I'll make sure that those go on everywhere, and they'll be on my website and on Facebook and all over the fucking place. But workshops are pretty much done for the rest of this year for me personally. I don't know if Addison has, I can't remember off the top of my head, was on the schedule. January and February and March schedules will be coming out on my calendar for local workshops. I've got some online workshops that I've got planned. I've got local workshops that I got planned. I've got a whole beautiful array of different things coming out. 2020 is going to be such a powerful year. I'm very, very excited about just the potential and the different things going on. There definitely feels like there's just this beautiful avalanche of momentum building around just so much beauty and everything. I've got some killer, amazing clients, of course, just people that are just bursting my heart open with joy and just beauty, and I'm just so grateful for that. But my goal is to, of course, touch so many more people out there. So help me by, number one, clicking the share button on this video. Number two, tagging somebody if I made you think of somebody that needs to hear this message today, or any of my Conscious Coffee messages. And number three, go explore my 12 Days of Christmas special. This 12 Days of Christmas special is only good until the 26th of December, okay? So it will be gone. I am giving all my online programs at 80% off plus. There are bundles. I've got the fucking awesome Goddess bundle, which is 8 of my best programs, home study courses for all you beautiful goddesses out there in the world, or goddesses in the making. And this is like, you want to manifest your soulmate, your lover into your life, manifest the man. You want to tap more into your orgasm. You want to learn about like personal power, how to really get aligned, how to call in that fuck yes life as a powerful fucking woman. You want to become unstoppable? Well, that's the bundle for you. Guys, I've got the guys bundle, the man the fuck up bundle for 2020. You know, this was another thing. I witnessed so many men that were just so out of their beautiful masculine energy this weekend, and were just pansy assing around and not being a strong, beautiful masculine. Now, there's no one ideal way to be as a man, okay? Your ideal masculine is your ideal masculine. But do you know what the fuck your ideal masculine is? Are you like really strong in your purpose and your passion? Do you feel your primal energy really there? And I'm not just talking about your sex, guys. I'm talking about that primal energy of just really conquering the world, being the best man that you can be. I've got 8 beautiful study courses that I have put together over the course of the last couple years that is available in the bundle for you. And it is going through primal energy. It is teaching you about how to be a tantric man. You want to know what Sting's secrets are? It's in this bundle, and you're not your average Joe course. I'm teaching you about how to connect with women, how to learn about women's, intimacy with women, connection, communication, how to build a relationship, difficult conversations, how to have that amazing relationship, call in the lover of your life, be the man of your dreams, on purpose, in power, in passion, and in love with self, so that you can properly lead your life, your spirit, your energy, and also the woman in your life. And then, of course, for all you entrepreneurs out there, I have created some amazing courses over the last couple of years for all you entrepreneurs. You want to know how you can have a big six-figure plus income, from doing what you love in our modern world where, like this conscious coffee is work for me, okay? Like this is my work. I went to yoga. I grabbed a smoothie with Addison, we yogaed, we smoothied, and now I'm sitting here, and before I drive the 5 minutes home, I'm getting my work time in today. And I'm doing it sweaty, hot, in my yoga clothes, in my car. I'm giving content away right now. I am building my business right now. I'm touching lives. I'm sharing my message. I'm letting myself be seen. That's what this world is requiring of us as entrepreneurs today, to be seen, to allow ourselves to be revealed. And what a beautiful process. How tantric is it, right? How tantric is it to actually build a business doing what you love, no matter what it is. And you don't have to be a coach, you don't have to be a tantric practitioner, this is required for like any online business out there, is to really just step into your power, allow yourself to be seen. We live in such a world where there's so much fake, so much inauthenticity, there's all these things where I realize, all this stuff, and we don't feel seen, we don't feel heard, we don't feel like the people that we're looking to give a shit. They're not real. If they would understand, because they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth, blah, 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 blah. And then you have a few people out there who understand that realness, rawness, that's where it's at. And what we're all craving for is that realness, that rawness, that connection. And the big business leaders of today, the big entrepreneurs of today, we're understanding this, okay? And that's where, if you are an entrepreneur and you are just like struggling and you don't know what the hell to do, you're like, what the heck to do? How do I get my business in alignment? How can I make a substantial income so that I can quit my 9 to 5 so that I can really do what I want? Or how do I bring my business to that next level? Or how do I launch something new? Well, that's Be the Boss of 2020 bundle that is being offered to you today and until the 26th. Where I offer you 5 workshops on how to do all of that and so much more. So check out the bundles. You will find a link in the comments section to that. Let me know if you have any questions, of course, on any of that. And as always, everybody, I love you. I love you dearly. Have a beautiful, blessed Sunday. And remember, stop existing, start living. You are worthy of a fuck yes life. You are worthy of expansion and love and growth and just this beautiful transformation of who you want to be. But you, only you, can call it in. It is up to you to make those choices, those decisions. And it starts with a little bit of self-love, self-compassion, and getting right with this thing called being human, experiencing your emotions. I love you guys. I will catch you tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee.